documenting my journey of being a independent freight dispatcher, all of the steps that I took, one by one. In this video, I will be discussing how to market your independent freight dispatching company, how to market your services to potential carriers. So I'm going to go straight into it. You can post ads through Indeed for your services, looking for carriers for whichever type of equipment that you would like to market for. You can also do Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You can do flyers. You can visit your local truck stops if there's some truck stops nearby you, and market your services to the truckers that are there. Also, you can cold call from the FMCSA website. Um, in regards to getting your marketing started, you would need to get a logo, a website, some type of flyer, business card, or whatever it is made. I personally use Canva.com. Canva is free. If you would like to hire someone, you can hire someone on Fiverr. Fiverr is pretty good for websites. You can go through GoDaddy in regards to using that. And for Facebook ads and Instagram ads, you would need to have I think for Instagram, you would need a Facebook page linked to your Instagram, like a Facebook business page links to your Instagram in order to do Facebook. Um, in order to do Instagram ads, you would need a Facebook page linked to your Instagram. Um, Sorry if that was kind of tongue twisted, but yeah. So in regards to marketing, just make sure that you're knowledgeable of the industry. Know which types of equipment that you would want to provide services for. Know what services that you're going to provide, because all dispatchers are not the same. Some dispatchers do a little more than others. Some dispatchers do a lot less. A lot of people are like, oh, they're charging 15%, they're charging 30%. Well, they may be running that fleet's entire back office for them, or handling compliance or IFTA filings or something of that nature, that entails them to do a lot of work. So if a dispatcher is doing a lot of work on behalf of the carrier, then they can charge more as a percentage. So just be mindful of what you're going to offer, what your services are going to be, what your prices are going to be, and market it as such. Make sure that you are, how can I say this? Make sure that you're honest in the services that you can provide, because in the event that you cannot deliver, they will sniff you out, especially if you're new. Carriers will know if you're new. They'll know if you don't know the lingo. They'll know if you don't know the equipment. They'll know if you can't potentially provide whatever it is that you're stating that you're going to do. So I would just say, be knowledgeable of whatever type of equipment that you want to dispatch for, whether that's flatbed, dry van, and reefer. When you come across a lot of carriers, they'll ask you, oh, so how much money can I make in a week? Again, I would just let them know that varies. That's based on the driver. That's based on market conditions. That's based on a lot of things. So when you're marketing to these carriers, do not overpromise and underdeliver when it comes to rates and numbers. You can't necessarily give them an exact number as to how much they can make, especially if they're not the driver. Again, that will solely depend on the driver, as well as if the equipment is up and running, if the market is permitting. There's a lot of factors that go into. So when you're marketing, just make sure that you have a logo, a website, flyers, things of that nature, that's documenting what type of services that you're going to offer them. Business hours. I just want to talk about business hours, because when I first started, I had carriers trying to contact me 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I would say have a cutoff time. Now I have a time when my phone goes on do not disturb, especially if I don't have anybody out on the road that I'm dispatching. Make sure that you have some set business hours in your marketing. So when you're marketing your services, let them know, hey, I open from XYZ and close at XYZ. That way, you're not over promising and under delivering. You're not being available. when you say you're not going to be available and then they get used to you being available at a certain time, you just make sure that there's some consistency in your level of marketing. So again, I'm documenting my journey as to when I first started. Again, I first started in December of 2020, and I I actually formulated the business in December and started in January. So again, for marketing, just make sure you have a logo, make sure you have a website. You don't necessarily need flyers, but flyers are good. You can have an Instagram business page, a Facebook business page. That way you can run the Facebook in the Instagram ads. What else am I leaving out? So somebody's shooting out here. Anyway, in regards to marketing, just make sure that whatever you're putting out there is aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I've seen a lot of flyers that will hurt your eyelids. Just make sure your colors are like coordinated, things of that nature. Make sure your flyers are straight to the point if you're going to have a flyer. What you do, what you offer, not necessarily prices, because you want them to reach out to you. You don't want to scare people away. That way you can collect the data of them contacting you. But just make sure that your stuff, like, what you're talking about when they contact you. And that will come with time. I know when I first started out, I didn't know everything about everything. However, over time, I caught on to the lingo. You'll catch on to the lingo, but you have to stay on the phone. You have to continuously talk to people in the industry so you can understand what's going on. So again, to wrap this video up, you could go ahead and start, like, once you form your business and you get your EIN number and your business bank account, you can go ahead and start marketing your services. That's creating your Facebook business page, that's creating your Instagram business page, that's your flyers, anything of that nature that entails marketing. You can go ahead and start doing that. You can go ahead and start cold calling through FMCSA, and you can create Indeed ads through Indeed as a business for your services. And again, until next time, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Bye.